to go ahead and start off with Kenny Pickett, Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback out of Pittsburgh. Um, I think out of all the rookie quarterbacks this year, I feel like Kenny Pickett has looked the best. And I wanna go ahead and start this off with talking about the other two veteran quarterbacks on the roster, because the Pittsburgh Steelers, they went in free agency and they signed a quarterback in Mitchell Trubisky, thinking that he was going to be the starter, considering the fact that Ben Roethlisberger just recently retired after last year. And then, of course, Mason Rudolph, who I thought that was getting groomed, was going to get that Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers passing the torch situation, and that didn't turn out to be the case because, like, when you look at it, Pittsburgh selected Mason Rudolph in 2018. He's been on the roster since 2018, like waiting, and then of course 2 years ago, when I believe Ben had a season-ending injury, Mason Rudolph took over, and he didn't do that bad. But based off of what I've seen the last two games for the Pittsburgh Steelers, as far as the starting quarterback is concerned, Mason Rudolph played the whole second half and didn't play with the starters. If they wanted him to play, if they wanted him to be the starter or encouraging him to be the starter, they would have never drafted Kenny Pickett, and they would have never put him in there in the second half. They would never put him in the second half playing with the backups. That's the other thing. And getting back to Mitchell Trubisky, like just watching Mitchell Trubisky against the Jacksonville Jaguars, obviously he was struggling. I will say the offensive line definitely does need some work for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Um, but Kenny Pickett probably came probably in the middle of the second quarter and had two possessions, if I'm not mistaken, and he ended up going 6 for 7 for 76 yards and a touchdown. And the touchdown came before the half. It was in the 2 minute drill, and it's a lot of things going on in that 2 minute drill. Like, you got to make sure everybody is where they're supposed to be. But also, I will say, in the defense's defense, you're not seeing a defense's best because of the fact that, like, they're preventing you from scoring. Well, they're always preventing you from scoring, but you're not going to see a lot of exotic blitzes and stuff like that when it comes down to that 2 minute drill. And also, it's the fact that he didn't play against the starters for the the Jacksonville Jaguars. So that's the other thing that I want to see. I want next week. I want to see Kenny Pickett go with the starters and see how he fares against the starters. But one of the things that I did want to point out with Kenny Pickett was his poise in the pocket. That could be, it is a little bit concerning to me as far as him being able to take hits on a regular basis. And I'm not really big on rookie quarterbacks coming in and playing when they have a very, very shaky offensive line. I feel like that can be very, very detrimental to a quarterback's learn excuse me being a learning curve for a young quarterback coming into the league. So, but they got the weapons. Like, you got the running back in Najee Harris, who is expected to have a good year this year. You have two good quality wide receivers, and Deontay Johnson, who just got his extension, and then of course Chase Claypool, who's phenomenal, and of course at the tight end position you have Pat Fairmouth. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And the defense is pretty good. Defense is pretty good, which I don't know if the people that have been watching the show, I haven't really been a big fan of Mike Tomlin because of the way that he inherited the Pittsburgh Steelers. But this is definitely going to be a true test for Mike Tomlin too as a head coach. Like, where where can you take the Pittsburgh Steelers without a franchise quarterback? Can you groom Kenny Pickett into being a franchise quarterback? Those are the questions that I have. Like, can you get this franchise? Can you get this franchise out the mud? I feel like that's where the head coaches really make their money. No disrespect. I like Mike Tomlin is a good coach, but for him to gain my respect to get into that upper echelon of head coaches. He's got to do it without Ben Roethlisberger. He's got to do it. That's just my take on it. Like, a lot of people get caught up in the numbers. Like, he inherited a very, very good team. They were 2 years removed from Super Bowl champions when he got the team. Like, I need to see it. And it's not his fault. It's not his fault that he inherited a good team, but I need to see it. Like, adversity bust pipes and make diamonds. That's what it is. Pressure. So we'll see. We're going to monitor that. We're going to monitor. But key takeaway from this game against the Jacksonville Jaguars is he's got to play against the ones.
Nah for the bay. Nah for the bay. We don't care what you say. Nah for the bay. Nah for the bay. Nah for the bay. We ain't hearing what you say. Nah for the bay. Fire!